Hello, welcome to More Fun Fixing It and a bonus video for you. Don't know when this one's going out. Probably not on a Wednesday. This is sent to me by my friends at ifixit. I'm not sponsored. This is not something I've bought. This is something that they've just offered to send to me. They contacted me and said, we'd really like you to have one of these. Would you like one? And I said, yeah, why not? No strings attached. Don't have to make a video about it. I'm just doing it because it's fun to unbox things. So this isn't a review, it's just an unbox. Does that make sense? It's just on the limits of being too big for my workbench, this box. So, oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. Well, look, it's free, but oh, that's a little bit disappointing. I'm not sure what's happened to that. It doesn't look like it's happened in transit because everything is intact. Well, maybe they thought that, hey, he's getting a free one. Let's send in this one that's got a broken box, which is fair enough as long as the thing inside is okay. Let's get it all out first. Oh, some docks and stuff in here. Oh, it's heavy. So we've got some bits here from ifixit, and I didn't know that this was coming. This wasn't discussed. Because I did say to them that my most used screwdriver on my workbench is this one from my ifixit kit. It's from specifically this one that I use all the time, but mostly because it's got the hex bolt bits for the back. Well, this isn't the only reason, but one of the things I find most useful about it is for removing the bolts on the backs of things like an Amiga. That hold on the ports and the shield and everything, and one of these is exactly the right size, and it's also thin enough that it goes in and doesn't foul the port. They're really good, but I use these all the time, and this is out all the time with a normal, what is this one? It's a #1 Phillips head in there, and it's actually starting to show a few signs. Oh no, it's just dirty, that's all it is. A #1 Phillips head in there all the time just to open up things like spectrums and stuff. So they've sent me this one. Let's get this out separate. A narwhal. So narwhal is a whale, isn't it? Which makes sense really with seeing this. And I think that this is one of those. Yeah, this is like the multi-ended one. So you've got flat blade and chunky Phillips, and a bit more chunky than what I use here, so that's handy. And that's actually what I use this screwdriver for, one of my old favourite Stanley screwdrivers, which is also, I know it's not really showing anywhere, but I use that one for like opening C64 cases and getting case screws out, and when I'm opening up my PC. So this is what that's going to replace. It's a little bit of machine oil on there, and it's got this twisty bit on the end. Something that I like on this is the end is on a bearing, and when you're unscrewing something, it makes it really easy to use. So that's really nice. Thank you. Oh, that ratchets. So that you can push down on there, and it grips. But if you don't push down, you can. Yeah, really nice. 6-in-1 screwdriver. Where's the 6? 1, 2. Ah, it's the sockets as well. Yeah. Oh, that's got a lot of machine oil on it. I'm gonna have to get a rag and wipe that down. Lovely. I wonder if that will fit in my. Yeah. Oh, that fits really nicely. I've got a tool holder up there where I put all my screwdrivers. So I'm going to relegate this one to a toolbox somewhere. But I do like ifixit screwdrivers. I'm not shill, I just like good quality tools. And they've sent me a, oh, come here. They've sent me a patch. Compy says, void your warranty, ifixit. So on patch. Excellent. I'll find somewhere to stick that up here, actually. That can go there. Marvellous. And this is what they actually wanted to send me. This is what was discussed. Which is a soldering toolkit. Ultimate soldering toolkit, wherever you are. So it's a mobile, portable soldering iron with all sorts of goodies with it. Update your firmware. They did actually tell me this in the in an email that I need to update the firmware because the one that comes with it is well, it needs updating. Ah, another screwdriver. Why is that out here? And some more bits in here. Okay. This is the other version of this screwdriver. What? Why has this got? I didn't know it did that. Don't tell me these ones do it as well. Is this the same? No, this isn't the same thing. Oh, it is. I never knew that. So I've got this ifixit kit as well, but I don't often use this one. This one is for, you know, if I do need to open up something without any visible screws, I'll do that. Oh, there's a couple of, look like, I don't know, M3 screws. Why are they in there? Okay. And, oh, these are the bits for, I expect, for working on the soldering iron. Maybe. Let's have a look. What's in here? Oh, it's paperwork. Portable power station using a smart smartphone on some different languages and some stickers. Welcome to the repair revolution. And some advertising for other stuff. Ooh. I'm going to tuck all that away and leave the instructions out, just in case. Right. My word, there's a lot of stuff in here. Zoom you back out. Oh, we can get it in frame. All right, starting over on the right, I've got a silicon mat. That's a handy thing to have. I usually use these things. So this will be, oh, I've already made it dirty. That's the only thing with silicon, it instantly just grabs any dirt and holds onto it. So yeah, that's going to stay on the desk. There's the battery and this, you know, the station part of the soldering iron. Looks lovely, very well built and aluminium case, chunky feeling. I wonder if these are the screws from inside here. Some tape that needs to come off here. Oh, you're welcome. Let's put that on there. I've got the soldering iron itself with its magnetic, clippy. Well, it's very magnetic. Quite a small beveled tip, which is really good actually. I've been using this one. Let's zoom you down a little bit. Oh, that's on. I've got to be careful. So this is probably, I don't know, 2.5 mil. This looks like 1.5. First impressions are good. So because it's a a triangle on the grip, which is not very silicone-y, it's more hard rubber, somewhere towards plastic. Because it's let's turn that off. Because it's got this tri shape, you're going to hold it in either of 3 positions, and I'm not sure how in love I am with that because I want to be able to. Oh, I can twist it. That's okay, as long as I can twist the iron to get it in the right place so that I know when I put the tip down it's going to be flat. That's really good. That's about right there. probably prefer it to be so that I can see the switch as well at the same time. So I want it like that, and yeah, that's good. Very good. Right, we'll get to that in a sec. We've got some other stuff in here. There's some refillable chemical dispensing pen. So it's obviously for flux and things like that. I've got flux pens. I very rarely use them now. I'll keep this around in case there's anything I can use it for that isn't flux, I suppose. There's also some rosin core solder. This is going to be lead free. Not my favourite sort of stuff. I use my Loctite multi-core, which is leaded. But I'll give this a go. It looks quite thick. What size is that? 1 mil. Yeah, so that I use 0.7 on here, and I know others use even thinner. But 1 mil is fine for many things. But yeah, I'll give this a go on a modern board. I wouldn't use this on a vintage board though. And we've got, oh, now I do like a nice silicon USB lead. I haven't got my other one that I got with my pine seal soldering iron ages ago. Actually, somebody gave that to me. I can't remember your name. Sorry if you are watching, but you're still in my thoughts. But yeah, it's got this weird blue thing on this end, which, oh right, I see. So it locks on. So that clicks in there, and then that locks it into there. Okay, that's neat. I'm not sure how necessary that is. But, well, actually, no. Saying that, the lateral force on a USB-C lead like this, yeah, that is going to stop this kind of wiggle. You know, that will get pulled and pulled and pulled and end up breaking that socket internally. But with this on, all of that pressure is taken, mostly taken. I'm not sure how much that's doing. It feels more secure. So I will give that a thumbs up for now. But yeah, we'll plug that in a minute. Don't know what this is. What's this? A blue thing. Why have I got a blue thing? It looks like a few blue things actually. I don't know what that is. What on earth is that? No idea. Let's have a look on the box. Is it silicon electrical tape? The only thing I can see on here that I can't see here is silicon electrical tape. Okay, all right. I'm sure that might come in useful one day. I'll probably forget I've even got it. We've got some no clean flux, which I will use. I'm not really a connoisseur of different fluxes. I tend to use my, is it MG Chemicals? MG Chemicals 8341 no clean flux paste. And yeah, I've had this for quite a while now, and I've still got all of that left. But yeah, I'll give this a go. I don't know what it is, how good it is, but it'll get used for something, and I'd probably leave it in this kit so that I've got it handy for when I'm mobile repairing ZX Spectrums. Some wire strippers, goes down to 30 gauge and up to 10. So that covers pretty much everything I'm likely to do. They feel actually really well made. You don't want any play in these. I've got some cheapo ones up here. Yeah, these are really cheap, and you can see that last bit there. It's just like the whole thing is moving. It's really badly made. That was one of the. But I keep it around just so that I've got some like 10 gauge, because I've also got a set of engineer wire strippers, which are really nice, and they go down to 34 gauge, but they don't go up any further than 22. So yeah, to have 2 sets that now will cover everything I need is very good. Some flush cutters. Oh, they feel really good. Now I've got loads of pairs of this sort of thing. I've got loads of these, but these just really notch really quickly. I've also got a set of Knipex that Henry got me, and I have notched these. There is a notch in the end of that. I'm really careful not to use these with anything other than wire, and they still managed to get notched. But the only problem with these is they only open that far, and when you're using them to snip bits off of 3D prints, you want a set that opens nice and wide like this. Ah, look how wide these open. They're even further. Yeah, that's really good. I like that. That will be a tool I use. What on earth are these things? Oh, there's your brass wool. Oh, okay, that's handy. All right. And what about this? Oh, that's a clamp for putting wires into to solder them together. Nice. Is that magnetic as well? Yep. And we've got some braid. ifixit solder wick. That will definitely get used. But I'm going to leave that in the kit. A couple of tools. There's an angled pair of tweezers. They look decent actually. They meet at a point at the end. So all you can really ask for. And a spudgery type pokey thing with a bottle opener attachment. It's something I really should wear more often. Pair of decent safety glasses, but my problem is I've got a massive head and I wear glasses. Oh, actually, they fit quite nicely. Yeah, okay. And I'll know where they are if they're in this kit. Right, so let's put all of this lot away for now. And before I do anything but like turn on the soldering iron, I'm going to go and update the firmware on both of these. Because that's what it asked me to do. Yep, I'll go and do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've updated the firmware on the soldering iron and I've updated the firmware on the base station as well, which was a super painless process. Just it says don't use the lead that comes with this. Apparently, with the firmware that it comes with, that it ships with, the lead will not allow you to update the firmware. Don't know why that is, and whether there's some circuitry embedded in the lead or not. Anyway, I plugged in a different USB-C lead into my computer, attached the base station to the computer, went to the ifixit website that it tells you to go to in the instructions. Let me get the instructions. In the update instructions, which is ifixit.com/fixhub/console, and that allows you, once your computer has connected the USB device, to select that device, and then it shows you what firmware is on there, gives you the option to update it if it's appropriate, which it was. Very, very painless process. Clicked a button, updated. Plugged in the soldering iron, clicked a button, updated. No problem at all. In the meantime, the hub itself was flat, completely and utterly devoid of any voltage whatsoever. So I plugged it into I've got this charger. Let me just grab it. Well, it's just going to fade out. It's going to fade out. It's not actually plugged into anything, so that's holding on to some voltage in there. Anyway, I've got this charger. This was bought. It's a knockoff of the charger that comes with pine seals, and it gives you a QC3. I don't know what that means. Normal 5-volt USB-A's and a USB-C with power delivery at 65 watt. And I use this often with my pine seal. Incidentally, I wanted to show something with the pine saw, and I can't find it anywhere. It seems to have disappeared. Is it in here? Oh, I found a pine saw. That's good. This isn't the pine saw 64. This is the original one, but that's fine. That will work just as well for demonstration purposes. No idea where the other one's gone. Anyway, this was bought to power this. This has got USB-C. It's also got a barrel jack on, which I used to use with this one, actually, the barrel jack with like a laptop power. In fact, I used to use a 24-volt power supply with this, which gave it every bit of power it needed. Anyway, so I plugged the ifixit hub into this OC3 because that was the USB-C cable I had handy, which is this one with A and C at the ends. And it started, it shows you on here the current draw, and it was at like 100 milliamps. And after a little while of charging the battery, it went up to 200 milliamps, but it was really, really slowly charging it. And I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't demonstrate the iron, on video. I had to wait until it was a bit charged, because there was just literally no charge in it, and it added, after about half an hour, it added like 3%. Oh, this isn't very good. And I realised, oh, it probably wants the power delivery, so I plugged it into that, and it charged fine. But with it plugged into this one, it won't even start the hub. Or actually, no, it will start the hub because the hub has some voltage, in the battery, and it will maintain that voltage with nothing plugged in. But as soon as you plug in the soldering iron and turn it on, it starts flickering and not being happy, which was solved by plugging into the power delivery instead. So note that this is powered by a figure 8 cable, so there's no earth in this. That's important for something that I'm going to talk about in a second. So the power supply is now, the base station is now at about 46%, so I'm happy to demonstrate what's going on here. I've attached the little holder to the side of the unit, which is just pushes on with this clip onto these lugs on the side. You can have it on either side, and that's quite nice. It clips into there, like a little magnetic clip, so it's not going to fall out by itself. That's quite good. Happy with that. And I haven't actually tried it yet, and it's got this little thing that comes with it full of brass wool. I thought it would be a good place to put it under here, but thinking about it, if I'm taking the iron out, I might be hitting the cable, so I don't think that's the best place for it. I'll just put it next to it. The iron is set up to work at 350 degrees once it's switched on. Let's switch it on and see what happens on the screen. And bang, it's almost up to temperature already. There's an indicator light on here that's showing you that the iron is now hot, and it's not super bright, but it's fine. And that's now drawing a couple of amps. So if I put that back in the holder, it will eventually, I think after 60 seconds it goes down. You can set these times, but I'll probably just switch it off. It does give you some warnings about leaving, like turning off sleep on the iron if you're going to use this holder, because where's heat going to go when if you have this heating up inside here, the heat is just going to build up and this is going to get very hot. So it says to not turn off the sleep mode and the auto off mode, otherwise this will just get too hot. Right, so that's now cooling down. Whilst that's cooling down, I just want to show you something on this one, and I'll plug this into the same power supply. And this was brought to my attention recently by a member of our Discord, the Retro Hardware Discord, Peter Mulholland. Well, I don't know why I'm struggling to say your name, Peter, which is that very often these USB powered soldering irons have a problem that is something that people should really be aware of, which is earth leakage. And there's a video by Ian Scott Johnson, I think it is. I'll put the link to that video in the description, which describes in detail from the perspective of someone who knows their electronics, not me, what this problem is and how to get around it. But I'll just quickly demonstrate what that is. I've got the multimeter here set to AC voltage, and if I put one end of the probe on an earth point over here on my wall, and the other end on here on the iron. This isn't even running. This is not heating up. It's not doing anything. That's showing 100 volts, which is a big problem for very sensitive electronics. Not so much the vintage stuff won't be such a big problem, but it's probably not ideal to be, it's very, very low current. It's in the less than milliamps. It's almost negligible current. You can put your, you can touch this, and I can touch this and nothing happens. I'm just more worried about it being hot than electrified. There's no actual current coming through there that's going to cause me any problems. But this is a problem with lots of things, but especially with USB powered devices. But with USB powered devices that you're poking sensitive electronics with, this is a big problem. And the good thing about the ifixit hub is it's battery powered. So I can take this out of here, and obviously if I take this out of here and it's switched on like it was before, and I measure across this, it's not connected to anything, so there's not going to be any actual voltage there. It's showing 5 volts AC. That's quite cool. So there's no danger of this causing any problems, but it does say in the instructions that you can keep this plugged into the mains, or into a power supply, in order to keep the battery topped up. And if I plug that into that same USB power supply over there, which is not earthed, and go between this and the and earth on my wall, I've got that same 100 volts. So that is a problem. Now, normally with irons like this one, there's a little earth screw here, and you can connect that and, you know, run an earth wire down back to your wall or whatever. And you can also connect the USB screen at the other end to earth in some fashion to cobble it together to make sure that, and then you will have a connection between the screen on this and the tip, and therefore earth, which will get rid of any of that earth leakage current. Now, this doesn't have that. It doesn't have, well, what I was hoping for on here was an earth lug that I could run a wire or a banana plug or something to earth this independently. But it has got, if I put this on continuity and I measure between the tip and say this part of the case, there's nothing there. There's no continuity there. There's nothing on this bit here. There's nothing on the case itself because it's not, I think it's anodized, so you wouldn't conduct. But this screw here has got an earth on that screw there, and obviously on the screw on the other side, there's one as well. So it would actually be possible just to unscrew this and put an earth lug on there. Wouldn't be a problem. That's it's something to consider, I think, for people that are using these with more. It's not going to be something that bothers me. I'm going to use this unplugged. I will be using it as a battery soldering iron, because apparently this battery lasts for a long time. It will probably last me a month of use, so I don't really need to worry about that so much. Anyway, let's put this one away, and with the soldering iron, let's put it over here a bit. Let's find something to solder. I've got some PCB rulers here. I wonder if I can solder to this. No, let's not do that. Oh, this will be a challenge for it. This is an old power supply that's got some very hefty ground planes here. And I'm going to see if I can get the soldering iron to melt that. So it's set to 350 degrees. I'm going to set my Sugon A9 to the same temperature, 350 degrees. And I'm going to get some solder. I'm not going to use any flux or anything. And this is the, let's turn it on. This is the ifixit soldering iron. Now it has got a small tip on here, so I'm not expecting miracles from this, but this is just kind of a challenge to see what it can do. and it is melting. It's melting already, so that's good. But let's go for it right in the middle of this ground plane. It's not doing a bad job actually for that size tip. Not bad at all. That's done it. Yeah, that has actually soldered onto there. Yep. Look at that. That's done it. That's a tiny tip. How did it manage that? Okay, this just for comparison's sake, this is my Sugon A9, which is a JBC clone. Let's get that tip clean. And it's got a bigger tip on it with more thermal mass, so it should theoretically do better. I mean, this is gonna be warmed up, but that's not gonna make too much difference. Okay, that's definitely soldered that faster, and it's coping with the drop in thermal. Yeah, that's a it's not a fair comparison because this is a portable soldering iron. This isn't a station. Anyway, that was just for a bit of fun. Right, let's get rid of this thing because this is a modern board and it's not the sort of thing that I'm going to be working on. I can't see me. The only reason I keep these around is so that I can steal the enamelled wire out of these coils, of these whatever they are. These are relays, aren't they? Oh, look at that! They're relays. Huh. This is much more like I'll be working on, and the ground plane over here is a challenge for most soldering irons. So can that? I mean, this has already been desoldered, and I will understand how this works thermally by just that's done that no problem at all. Yeah, this is nice. This is for working on a ZX Spectrum. This is good. I think if you were someone that needed to be completely mobile, or you had limited space, for instance, I know someone like Chris Jameson, Mogwai, works in his techno cupboard, and space is at a massive premium for him. So having a big JBC style station isn't ideal, but this would do him perfectly well. Yeah, I'm not convinced about this bit. It slops about a little bit, but I think it's something I'll get used to. I do prefer a solid, stand to put it in, and not having an integrated wire brass wool area is also something I don't really like very much. But that's fine. It is what it is. It's something that's going to be useful if I need to go out somewhere. And Paul has often asked me to go to his house and fix his arcade machines and that sort of thing. So, if the pinball machine breaks down and I need to do some soldering, this will be absolutely ideal. I'll just keep it in the pouch and I'll have a full kit ready to go to fix things. Shove that spare screwdriver in there with its extra bits and these weird screws. I don't know why they're in there. And yeah, Bob's your uncle. Don't know what else I would need apart from a multimeter. Oh, let's have a look at. I got this out to see what the temperature was like. The accuracy. It's set, like I say, it's set to 350. It's still coming up to temperature. It says 350 on there, but it's taken a little bit longer at the tip. I think that's that's fairly normal for most soldering irons. Yeah, 350. It'll probably stabilize around there. I can calibrate this, and this isn't probably very accurate. 356. Okay, that's not bad. I can calibrate that. I wonder what my other one is. Okay, yeah, the Sugon is at a very similar temperature. That thing's a beast. Anyway, thank you, ifixit, for sending this to me. It's much appreciated. It will be genuinely useful. I will use it, and I will enjoy it as well. And especially thank you for the narwhal. That's going to be fun to use as well. Yeah, I did try taking this bit off, but there isn't, like this one's got the extra bits hidden in here. I took this off, but it's just got the ratchet thing in there. There's no bit holder in there. This is the bit holder. Yep, fun stuff. So what I'll be doing at some point in the future is another roundup video. I'm working on currently on a roundup video for soldering stations. I've got this Yahuwah over here and a few other desoldering stations as well that I want to pit them against each other to see which is the best for us hobbyists that work on these vintage computers. And I might do a similar thing for soldering irons. I've got a few already. I've got a Hacko, whatever it is. I can't remember, FX888, whatever it is. And I've got the, where's it gone? I've got a couple of pine sills. And I've got an old Secure, and I can pick up some cheap ones as well to add into the mix, like I have done with the desoldering station, and it will just be interesting to see what comes out as the best value and which one is ideal for our use. Anyway, thank you again to ifixit. It was a pleasure to have a look at this clever little tool. I look forward to using it in the future. Thank you very much. Cheers for watching. Bye.